ADA, we start with the 1 hour chart. First of all, if we refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within this move, I mentioned about the different possibility, and also I mentioned we can expect the price drop to 1.6, so 1.45, and exactly as this is the lines we put there, and exactly as we see the price drop to that level. Anyway, and we mentioned about the how if we get the reversal, how we can look for trade. The price reversed sharply, but there was no trade setup. Okay, and the only things I need to highlight nowadays, because of the situation of the market, it got because in the based on forward and daily chart, we are within the correction. Any trade we get is a short-term trade. We need to be quite careful because sometimes when we see this kind of the situation, the market cannot move in the way we can predict all the times based on the technical analysis. That's why if we're getting any trade, I mentioned if it is not moving in our direction within the 3 to 4 hours, if it is not moving, we don't keep the trade more than that. And even I mentioned in my last analysis, I mentioned we can expect the price to even drop to 1.45, and exactly this is what we get. Okay, and even when the price was here, I mentioned if we want to look for trade, we need to see the sharp move correction. Then we put our entry above the correction. By the way, there was no trade setup to look for buy. That's why I mentioned simply we cannot buy. Okay. Now the thing is, as we can see, the price almost dropped as a 61% to 1.45. What's the next? Because if we put this low in relative to the previous one, still we have a divergence. Let me check with the MACD whether based on MACD we have a divergence. Yes, still we have a divergence. Okay, that means first things, if we put this move, almost the price dropped to the 61%, and we see the divergence. Mostly if we get any reversal, we can take the trade. But right now, what we can see here is a correction. That means is a corrective move. Still, we can expect the price to drop some as a continuation. Even we have a divergence. Okay, we were expected to see the reversal when the price dropped to 1.45. But as what I see here, the way it's moving, it doesn't show me any reversal. Then how we can look for trade? The only way is if we see any reversal as a sharp move correction flag, then from there we see how we will, then from there we can look for trade setup. Okay, it doesn't mean if we get a reversal, for example, I explain in my last analysis, if we get any reversal as a sharp move flag or correction, then from there we can put our entry above the top. This is the only way we can look for trade. Even sometimes the price can take and drop because of the situation we get for the market. That's why even right now the price drop as what we expected. Even we have a divergence, buying right now is not a really good idea. Simply we can expect this one turn to a corrective move for one more drop. Okay, that's why we need to be quite careful. Anyway, we move to daily chart. We want to see how we can look for trade and how we can look for the chart in the bigger picture. First things, after we get this down move, we have been looking for this correction. Okay, the best things is if the price can drop and retest the previous low, at least 1.2. We want to see the confirmation of the breakout of the correction. Then from there, we look for the reversal. And even we mentioned how deep it can go. Even we can expect the price to drop to 1.0. That means we need to see the breakout of this correction. And the best thing is if the price drop before we get the reversal. Okay, it doesn't mean the price cannot reverse from here and it break. The best things we're talking about. Okay, but based on daily chart, we don't have any reversal point. And if I move to forward chart, okay, the first things, if we refer to our analysis, the way we have been looking for the charts, one of the option was to consider this one as a flat, and we put this one as a separate. The another option, we put this one as a flat. What's the difference? Because if we put this one as a flat, we consider this is the only correction, and this is the first correction and the last. Any reversal from there, we can expect for the long term. Okay, and even may the price doesn't retest the previous low. The only thing is the way we can look at this as a first move, this one turned to a correction for one more drop before we get the reversal. Okay, and the second option is this is the only flat. If you're looking at this, mostly we have been looking for this flat. We mentioned we want to see the reversal similar to what we have here for one move up with the breakout of the top, then we can expect the price to drop. That means this one can turn to a more complex correction if we refer to the Elliott wave theory. Okay, we are not going into the details. This is in the bigger picture. The only things we have been looking for, we mentioned we want to see whether we can get the reversal from here or not. Okay, that's why since the price was from here, we take the trade, and this is what we get. And that time we mentioned we want to see the breakout of the previous top, but after that the price drop turns to a really corrective move. Now the question is whether we can put this one as a correction relative to this for continuation, or we can expect the price to drop. Because we mentioned right now we're looking at this part only. Okay, if I remove all the lines, it will be more clear. Right now, the only thing is we're looking at this move. We get one more drop, and now we want to see how we can look at this part. Okay, the only thing is, as I explained, the price dropped to 1.45, 61%. If we get any reversal, is good. But if the price break the 61%, the continuation, mostly we can expect the price to retest the previous low. Okay, and what we are expecting, even we get the reversal from here, I don't think this is the one is going to break the retest the top. Mostly we can expect to get one move up, we get the internal flat in relative to this for one more drop. That means we are within this correction. Okay, if the price drop from here, we just let it go. We cannot look for sell unless we see deeper correction here. Because right now we don't have any trade, so we want to see how we can look for trade. This is how we can look at this part. If we get the deeper correction, we can look for sell. If the price reverses a corrective move. But even if the price reverses from here as a sharp move with the breakout of this top, we should know that we are going to get the three waves structure and the price can drop. All right, then how to look for trade, whether we should look for buy or not, all it depends what we get here. If the price, mostly we're looking at this one as a correction as relative to this. That means if we get any trade set up for buy, we will take the trade. If there is a short reversal, continuation as a short move, we keep the trade. If it turns to a corrective move, we take out the trade. Then from there, we know that we can expect the price to drop. But how about if the price continue and drop? Just let it go, because almost breaking the 61% after the breakout of 1.45. Okay, but what I want to say is that we can expect the price give us a correction within this move. And how to look for trade based on forward chart, we don't have any trade set up either for buy or sell. Okay, and if I move to 1 hour chart, as what I expected, the price dropped to 1.45, but I don't see any reversal point to look for trade. Okay, the only thing is, first we have a divergence. If we want to look for buy, if we get any sharp move with the correction of flag, we take the trade, and we want to see the breakout of 1.54. It depends where we get it. And the next level we're looking for is the previous top, which is 1.61. Because if we refer to forward chart, we mentioned we're looking at this one as a correction in relative to this move. We can expect to get one move up if we get a reversal as a short move flag. But if the price start to give us a deeper correction, reversal as a corrective move, this is where we can expect the price to drop. And even if we want to look for sell, we need to see the deeper correction, that we can get a trade set up from the correction, not the small correction similar to any of this. Okay, right now, whether we should look for buy or sell, we don't have any trade set up. And what I can see here, we can expect the price to drop. Selling from this correction, the only way to put our entry below this. I won't suggest it in this situation with the market we have it. Okay, and the only thing is we wait, we see what's the next. And best things I prefer to see the sharp move flag. I will take the trade. If I get the trade, if it's not moving my direction after 3 or 4 hours, I will take out the trade. That's simple. Okay, we are not interested to look for sell right now. The only thing is if we get a reversal up for buy, we will take the trade. And if the price is not moving in our direction in 3 to 4 hours, we take out the trade. We are not going to keep the trade for longer than that. All right, this is how we're going to look for trade right now. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.